In this video, you learn in practice the new set of functions for JavaScript arrays that is currently in advanced stage to become officially part of the language. You write automated tests using only the Node.js built-in module, the test runner, and check the newest functions to help you write better tests using only Node.js native functions. Going through the past and present and future, seeing in practice how the JavaScript language will be even better than it is. Hello my friend, welcome to my video, and today we will learn in practice the new set of functions that is coming to JavaScript language. I'm Erick Wendel, and I'll show you the current ECMAScript proposals to add functions to group items, transform async iterators in arrays, and functions to improve immutability when working with arrays. Well, get a drink and let's begin. And don't forget to press the like button. It helps me a lot with the work I've been doing in this channel. You can also suggest what you want to learn by commenting here in the video. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe now so you won't gonna miss all the content I've been publishing here. As the array class is a global object in JavaScript, we need to install an amazing package used to test all new proposals before adding officially to the language. The core.js module has all current features that are on the queue to be added to the language as early proposals in discussion. You can go to this repo and check out all other in-progress proposals. I've been using the latest Node.js version for all videos here on the channel. My current version is 18.7 and you should use the same version as me so you won't have any environmental problem there. Alright, automated tests using only the Node.js built-in modules. You work with the test runner module and also check out what's new there. Are you ready? Then let's get started. Well, we're gonna start talking about the array by copy proposal. So the whole goal here is instead of changing the state of arrays, they will generate new copies of it. Ooh, very nice. I'll let this link later on the description, but let's go to the code and let's see it in practice, okay? So now I'm using the Node.js 18.7, okay? So you should use the same as me. Initialize a Node.js project. All right. Okay, so let's create a new file here. I'll call it index.js. And as I told you, we're gonna use only the Node.js built-in modules to create our test suites, okay? So let's just create our first structure. So from node test, I'm gonna grab the newest, describe, and it. Very nice. So it will be describe. I will say it's array in the new features. And then I'm gonna make a subset here. And I will say the new immutable array functions. Very nice. All right, and with it, we could use it. And I'm gonna write first how it was before, okay? So old way to change arrays. So the mutable way, all right? So how we used to do it, the whole problem, right? So let's get started. Let's create a variable here, and I'm gonna create like 1, 2, 1, 3, and 2. Okay, just to check how it will work. All right, I don't know if you ever seen this before, but if we use items.sort to order our array, we can see that the value should be changed. Look how weird is it. I'm gonna run node index, and here we can see all the output, right? However, our link is here. So see, I use sort. I didn't reuse the return here because they return a new array as well. However, it changed the main state of the file. Just a thing here, I don't like much this output here. So I would like to use the tap spec. The tap spec is the specification Node.js will follow to print out our output for our tests. So right here, we can create like on our test, I will run node my file, and then with this result, I'll use the tap spec we just installed. Okay, so running npm t, we can see a different behavior right now, right? A different result. Well, I'm seeing some warnings here, so I just put no warnings this time. I know it's experimental, so I don't want to see, oh, no warning. It's missing one dash. All right, everything set. We don't have any warnings right now. All right, so let's make some assumptions here. So let's import the assert module from the Node.js assert, and then it will be assert the strict equal. So our items right now will look like 1, 2, and 3, right? So let's run our code again. This means just the sort function just mutate our items array. Ooh, very bad, right? Okay, so we can go even further and put some message here. So like the value was mutate by sort. All right, we can do exactly similar for some other functions like items.reverse to reverse the order of this array. Well, if you take a look this one, what's gonna happen? They will make the same problem. So right now we have 2, 3, and 1, right? So it will be just reverse. So it should be 3, 2, and 1. So I'm gonna save, run the test again. All right, it's passing, but just to take a look if it wasn't passing, how it should look like. Oh, right now we see some output here, what's going on, what's the difference, and so on, okay? And which is the error. All right, but let's keep this one. All right, for reverse, and we have the last one, which is splice. And the splice do the same thing, returns a new array, but it still changes the source. So it's so bad. So I'm gonna start from the index 1, and I'm gonna remove one item, okay? And then I'm gonna use the deep strict equal again. As we start counting from 1, so here, and remove the 1, so we just should have just 3 and 1 right there, all right? And then it should work, right? Oh, it's not working. Why it's not working? Because the 2 here was actually from the last step, right? This is the problem when working with mutable objects. We don't know for sure what's the value there. But if you take a look like back, we can see first what happened. First, we sorted it, right? So it turns out it was like 1, 2, and 3. We reversed it, so it's like 3, 2, and 1. And right now, the splice should go on this one, right? So from this one, we will remove the one in the middle. So maybe it will work right now. Very nice. Everything's working, right? However, what if we just remove this value? What's gonna happen? Everything will break again, right? So yeah, this is a big problem in the JavaScript language for a while, and let's check it out what has changed to help us on this kind of tasks. Well, right there we got a bunch of new features like to reverse, to sort, to split, and to modify objects. However, to use them, we're gonna install a new module to make it happen. So here I let this link at the description as well. But here we can see core.js. Core.js is the JavaScript standard library. Every new feature, every new proposal, we will actually go to this library first. They're gonna be tested here. We're gonna have some feedback, and then we can see it on the JavaScript language as well. All right, so there is a bunch of things here, and I want you to check it out later, so you're gonna learn a lot here. Okay, let's go back to our code. Just make sure everything was working as expected. All right, everything is working. And then I'm gonna install the core.js. So it's core.js on the version 3.24.1. Why this version? Because this is the current version I'm using for this example. If you see this class in the future, the versions might change and the behavior could change as well. So let's keep all these values static, so you're gonna check it out as same as me, okay? Perfect. Right now, what do you need? Well, we need to implement these new functions, right? So here I'm gonna just grab this one, and I'm gonna write. Let's try first with toSorted. All right. So with toSorted, what it's gonna do? Let's have an input, 1, 3, and 2 again, and our output, right? So input dot toSorted. All right. So what do we expect this one? So first of all, we want the deep string equal the output. The output should be sorted, right? So it should be 1, 2, and 3. But the input shouldn't have any change, right? So the input should be exactly the same. So it's 1, 3, and 2. All right. If I run this code, it won't pass, right? Because the sorted function doesn't exist yet. So we should import it, and so we can use it. Okay. So to import it, let's go right there. And I'm going to import all functions from core.js/actual. Actual, it's all proposals on the final stage, okay? Actual array, and I'm gonna grab like all functions from array in this case. All right, so here I'm gonna just comment so you remember stable ECMAScript, right? Web standards and stage 3 ES proposals. Very nice. What happens if we run this code now? Now everything's working. Why? Because this function is actually changing our whole environment, right? So if you go there, trying to click on this module, you can see all the modules that was injected on our environment. Okay, so toSorted, splitted, spliced, with, reverse, and a bunch of others. Okay, perfect. So toSorted is okay. Let's try the other one. So the same idea. The input shouldn't change. We should have some modifications on the other functions. So let's try out with the toSpliced. toSpliced. The splice, it's exactly the same idea we did before. We should remove some items here, get a new result here, but the input shouldn't change. So I'm gonna grab the same example we did before. Okay, so I'm gonna start from 1. So index 1 is this one, and I'm gonna remove just 1. Actually, we could do more. Let's remove 2. Okay, so right now we're gonna have just 1, and the input should stay the same. Perfect. Everything passing out. Let's try out to the other one. Oh, this is so amazing, right? Now everything will be immutable. We have new copies of arrays when we perform actions there. Okay, to reversed. The same idea we did before. As we reverse, we will have on the output, it will be 2, 3, and 1, right? So it's just reversed. All right, so let's see if it's working. So I'm gonna run again, and everything is working fine. Perfect. We have just one more function left from the arrays, the immutable arrays, right? So the last one will be with. This with will actually replace some data, okay? So I'm gonna replace the index 0 with a number 10, all right? So on input here will be 10. I'm gonna replace more one and see. Every time I run unwith, it will return a new array, right? So we can stack a bunch of other functions, all right? So on the index 1, I'm gonna replace it with 20. So first 110, second 20, and for the last one, let's make for third. So now we expect 10, 20, and third. And 30 actually, right? The third is 30. All right, so test. Ooh, something has gone wrong. Let's put a console log here. It's a bit buggy, but let's see the output now. I'm gonna run. It worked. I think the test suite is a bit buggy. Let's try again. Just remove the console log. Everything just came out working again. All right, we found an issue on the test runner. Nice. I'm gonna try looking at what's going on. All right, these are the new immutable array functions. However, we got other good proposals as well. So let's go to the other proposal we have. The proposal is grouping. So this one is, it's mostly a helper function, right? Instead of working and making all the mappings by hand, right now we're gonna get group and group to map. So let's try out. First of all, we're gonna use it from another package, from actually another folder on the core.js, because it's not like on the stage 3 yet. So as it's on the stage 2, let's import from other folder. So core.js /fol /array / oh no, this one's actually, I think this one is on the index. Oh yeah. Group is there. Group by to map, group to map. I think they just renamed. So no, they are actually on the stage 3. Okay, stage 2 will be other one. All right. So immutable functions. I will describe another test suite here as grouping. And let's use. So I'll do the same idea we did before. Let's do the other way to group items. So let's try the old way, all right? Before even the reduce function. Let's get mapped, and I'm gonna group all even and odd numbers here, all right? So we can check it out, what's the difference. Here, mapped. All right, so I'm gonna get 0, 1, 2, 3, and run the for each. And I'm gonna get, if the number is even, if the rest of the none, if the rest of the division is equal 0, we know it's even, right? So we're gonna get mapped dot even dot push, right? None. Otherwise will be actually the same idea, but for odd. Perfect. What do we expect here? I'm gonna use the assert, the strict equal. So our mapped object should have now even with 0 and 2, right? And the odd should have 1 and 3. Let's check it out. Ooh, something didn't work well. for each. Oh, it's missing a comma here, right? Otherwise, they understand it's part of the map. It's like trying to access an index. But yeah, okay, it's writing, working. We could have done the same thing using the reduce, right? So I won't spend too much time on this. Let's try out now with the new way, okay? So new way to group items. I really loved how the Node.js test runner is like evolving so fast, right? It's amazing. All right, so now look how easy is it. I'm gonna actually copy this object and I'm gonna say result will be the same values we had, and now we're gonna use group. Ooh, very nice. So I'm gonna use the same idea. Num, if num mode 2 equals 0, so it's even, otherwise it's odd. Ooh, amazing, isn't it? So here, missing just this word. And now we should expect the same thing. So assert dipstrip equal result, and I expect to be even 0 and 2, and odd 1 and 3. Let's check it out. Okay, let's see if it's the same problem. Yeah, it seems to be some problem on the node test runner. Let's check it again. No, it's actually assertion. Oh, it's because we have now a prototype with a different result now. So in this case, we don't want to check the whole reference. Let's just check the values. So strict equal, okay? Because the prototype is coming differently. All right, let's check it out. Even, I think it's not, it's just tip equal. Let's check again. All right, tip equal, so it won't check the reference, all right? However, let's check it out if we have the values as we expect here, just to make a triple check. On our console, we have all of it, all right? 2, 0, and 2 even, 1 and 3 odd. However, we have this object new prototype that I'm not sure why, but this actually group should have more things to come, okay? All right, group, it's okay. Group map would be the same idea, but I want to jump to other proposal, all right? So you see that the group is just a helper. Group map will be the same idea as other helper, but right now comes the best one. But before moving on, if you've watched this video this far and haven't left your like yet, you know, right? You should also subscribe to this channel so you are not gonna miss the contents I've been creating here. I left here on the video description a bunch of links for you to follow me after this video. There, I left also my training courses in Portuguese, and some of them I'm building for English-speaking people. In case you want to be notified about all new content I've been producing, I invite you to join our Telegram channel. And don't forget to take a look at my website. I've been giving a lot of talks around the world, and I'm sure that you'll find something useful and interesting to study there. All right, let's see the other proposal. This other proposal, it's very nice for working with async iterators. Ooh, very nice when working with Node.js strings and a bunch of other things. I'll let the links here so you're gonna see the problem. But let's see in practice, right? Let's follow the same pattern that we were following to check it out, how it was before and how it's working right now. So I'm gonna use describe and I'm gonna use from async. Well, the async in this case, it's on its stage 2. So we're gonna need to import it from other folder, all right? So here from array, and then from async.js. So if you wanna take a look what's there, you can see a lot of stuff happening on there and how actually they were implementing this stuff, right? So this is very nice to take a look at the internals and the whole magic they are doing behind the scenes, okay? All right, let's get back to our code. Here we're gonna have from async on the array. And let's do the same idea, right? All right, to make sure that we understand what's an async iterator and why it's going on, I'm gonna make first a generator function, function in main, right? The characteristics that we see on generator functions is that we can return more and more data on demand, right? It's yield. So I'm gonna return 3 values. It will be hello dash world. Okay? Nice, very nice. So in this case, what we will have, let me write here, it will be before from async. How we used to do it before this function came out, all right? It actually didn't came out, right? Haven't came out yet because it's on its stage 2, but sooner or later, I think it's gonna be on the language. All right, so how do we consume data using generators, right? So we have, I will write it just to know that's an iterator, and we can use actually array.from, right? So like this, we can see all the results there. So if I run the console.log here on it will be like an array with the hello dash world. We can see here hello dash world. I'm actually gonna copy this one as we expect. Okay, assert dip strict equal. It should be hello world. All right, perfect. For generators and iterators, it should work fine. But what if we try doing the same thing? So I'm gonna just replicate this one, and I'm call it async main, and I'll put async here. And let's suppose those two will be promises, all right? How different will be this one? Notice that I'm not using promise here, so let's see what's different. Right here, I will write const async it, right? And I'm trying to use the same array from, so it will be the async main. What do we expect here? What will appear to us right now? I'm gonna run and run again. Well, we had some troubles there, but still we have an empty array. Ooh, so we cannot use array from async generators or async iterators, right? How could we consume this data? So first of all, we're gonna have to use async here. And just for you to remember, I will use deep strict equal. This async in, it's an empty array, all right? Just to you to fix the concept why you cannot use this one. Okay, so right now we used to consume this data like we will have an array, and then I'm gonna have the for await. I will just create like an async main, and for each result that we have here, I'm gonna just push I there. All right. So now, if we console this result, what do we have there? That's it. We have the result that we want to, right? So now we can actually make our assertion, but this was how we were handling before, right? Before this proposal, dip strict equal, the actual will be result, and we expect hello world. All right. Well, it's time, right? Let's jump to the actual implementation. So it's after from async. Now we're gonna have something interesting. So I'm gonna have async as well because we're gonna work with async values, async functions. And look how amazing is it. We're gonna grab the results. We're gonna await for the results as we used to do with promise.all. However, we have array.from async. And now we can just call our async main, and we should have exactly the same idea as we had before. So let's see if our test will pass. All right, everything is passing, everything's working as we expected. So before from async, we should have like a far way to do a lot of work in here, and right now they will fix it with just a single line. How exciting is to see so many functions coming to the language. Tell me here in the comments section which function do you like most. You can also check out all the new features that are currently in progress here in the video description and start experimenting all of them with the Node.js module. Ufa, I hope you found this chat useful, and don't forget to check the content in English playlist here in the channel. I'll be building a lot of new content and I'm sure you're gonna like it. Comment below what you wanna see in the next videos, and please send this video to all people at your work, your friends, and your study groups that I'm sure it can inspire them as well. I hope this content has exceeded your expectations. Subscribe to this channel so you can be notified about all new content I publish here. I'm Erick Wendel and I'll see you in the next video. For you to help you to improve immutability. All other, all other proposals that is in this repo and check all. I've been using